Maybe I'm wrong about Candace Owens. I heard recently that she said that space was fake and that the conspiracy that whoever, I guess the NASA, created, they created it like, like a lot of creationists will say that they went somehow and buried some dinosaur bones. She's also on the thing that NASA fake space. Now, to me, this is crazy because outside of the planet, what would there be but space? If there's nothing, there's at least going to be space. Space just means space. I don't know how else. That would be one hell of a boring conspiracy because you don't really have to do anything. It's already done for you. If there's nothing, there's space. So when I heard this, I thought, you know what? She is on that questionable. She questions dinosaurs. She questions global warming. And a lot of Christians who are really not just Christians but stupid, they combine their creative lure and their stupidity, and this is what they get, right? So I'm thinking maybe that, no, actually, let me take that back. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that she would go that far. And so I had to hear it to believe it. So I had to play it. I had to actually hear her saying that space is a conspiracy, that space is fake, and that these powerful people faked it. I like her anti-Zionist streak, her anti-corruption Israel, but as noble as she is on that topic, she kind of throws it in the trash to turn around and say something like this, because I looked it up and she really said all this. Like, she said it with earnest. She was serious. And that's when I started thinking, maybe I'm wrong about Candace Owens. See, I always see Candace Owens, yeah, she's a honky hustler. She's a race hustler. She hustles white people by telling them nonsense they want to hear. And she's kind of admitted it at times that that's what she was doing. And even before she was doing it that way, she won a anti-discrimination based on race, like based on anti-black racism against her. And the way she manipulates that stuff and the way she race hustles, I'm wondering, was that even real? But I don't know. I'm not going to relitigate. But, sorry, my house is loud. But I got the dishwasher running. I got the dogs wanting to go outside. Now they come in here and they want what's up on the vittles. But I'm starting to think with Candace Owens, it's not just anti-black racism. Because, and people were like, when I call Candace Owens an anti-black racist, people were like, hey, you're going along with the Jews. I'm like, she used to work for them. She was working for Zionists before they killed one too many Palestinian children for her liking. Now, I was anti-Zionist on the way back. This isn't new to me. Because I know the history of how Israel was created. And to me, it's just colonialism with a smooth Abrahamic pickup line that's a little bit different than Christianity, but Abrahamic and pickup line nonetheless. It's also more of the religious hustle. But it's not just that. I could go into great detail about why Candace Owens is anti-black racist and specifically black Americans, because she said she doesn't pay attention to any negative things that Black Caribbeans do. Why? I don't know. Because I think she says her grandfather is a Black American. So this isn't just, she being the classic tether. Like, this is a deeper psychological version of a Sambo. And if you're a Sambo, you're also an anti-Black racist. But it's not like just that stuff. She said a whole bunch of stuff. She argued with some kid saying that Japanese Americans did not get reparations, which is a lie. If you don't know, why lie? And the whole thing with Juneteenth, that's uncalled for, a ghetto holiday. And if it is a ghetto holiday because a disproportionate of Black people live in the ghetto, why are you against reparations to the point where you will lie and say that other people didn't get it when they did to make it seem like it's not precedented? And that's just touching on the stuff. But that's enough because she's admitted to it and she's done enough. So I'm like, okay, if that's how they are, they're working for Ben Shapiro, who's also a racist. Racists keep Sambo, blah, blah, blah. So, my whole thing is, okay, I see Candace Owens, I'm like, that bitch is clearly an anti-Black racist. Fuck her. And I keep on moving. But I could be wrong. I think she's also just anti-white to a degree. I think her racism, there's a certain contempt in her hockey hustle to the point where she would run some game like that and say space is fake. If you're saying space is fake, you got a contempt for the people you're telling that. Because you think, you know what, these motherfuckers are dumb enough to believe it.